High-performing women are incredibly competent in almost every area of life except the one area where they've been taught to doubt themselves, their own bodies. And I've seen this happening in the fitness space for so long. Women who have been taught to outsource every single decision. Now, I fully stand behind having a program, having a plan. I'm a coach myself. However, the type of program and the type of plan that you use have such an effect on how you are wired to think. A lot of these programs and plans take away the opportunity for you to truly learn your body. And every week, these women are questioning who to listen to. There's a new expert in this space, and eventually they stop believing themselves because they don't know what to feel, they don't know what to think, and they don't know how to think for themselves in a way that actually supports their body in growth, in nourishment, in health, in their wellness. And I don't think this really starts where most people think it does. I think it starts with relying on borrowed certainty. High-performing women want certainty so that they have something to progress within. They want to know exactly what to do to get themselves where they want to go. So what they end up doing is collecting these podcasts, listening to experts. They've got 5 different macro calculators you're using. They're looking at their HRV scores. They are looking at their hormones. They're getting their blood work done. They have all of these influencers that they follow. They're loading up on the supplements. And while all of these things can be very helpful individually, when they aren't used in a collective system, we really overemphasize the importance of each one of them without having a collective system to use it within. And so they're kind of taught what to do with these things, but not necessarily how to think about them, why they're important, and how each one influences each other. So fitness, which is a lot of these fitness programs and plans, it teaches you what to do. It teaches you, here's a plan, follow this, but it doesn't teach you how to trust your hunger, trust your body, trust your progress. You don't trust your energy, you don't trust your instincts because you aren't taught how to listen to them. So instead, you trust the macro calculator, you trust the information online, all the coaches, the influencers. You look at your Apple Watch for the data, you're looking at the scale, and the important nuance here is that these tools aren't bad. These are all things that we use within my program as well, but when they replace the awareness, you lose something. You lose your own inner trust. You lose your own ability to make the decisions and have that internal sense of confidence knowing why you do the things that you do, where they're moving you towards, and more importantly, where they're not moving you towards. So when we look at these things individually, it's not using these tools are bad. But the scary part is high performers overemphasize the importance of each and every single one of these tools. And in doing so, in putting their best foot forward and thinking that they're doing the right thing, they completely disconnect from their own internal discernment, knowing what's right for them, knowing what's not right for them. And while listening to the experts is incredibly important because they've done what they've done for a reason, they've put the time into learning the information for you so that you don't have to. A good leader, a good coach, a good educator will take that information and help you think and not just tell you what to do. So high performers, they become successful because they learn these things, right? They learn to optimize. They do look for the better systems. They look for better strategies. They look for better information. And that's exactly why they're vulnerable in fitness, because they are the types who want to consume all the information. And eventually they start believing that the next answer always exists outside of themselves. That is a set of different skills, learning all of the information or all the logistics of how to do something. The set of skills that we focus on is how to take that information and use it for ourselves, how to think for ourselves, how to operate in a way that supports our own mental and emotional health and not just following a set of to-dos or tasks or systems. So what the real cost of this is, when they're always looking for that answer outside of themselves, is it's not failing because these things work, right? You'll have a successful diet, you'll see some progress, you might lose some weight, but the real cost is that you slowly lose that ability to make confident decisions without that external reassurance. And it keeps you in this hamster wheel. And that doesn't just stay inside the gym or inside your nutrition plan. It follows you into your career, it follows you into work, your relationships, your recovery, your ability to rest, and even your success. So the goal here is not to avoid coaches, it's not to avoid the science or not track your food or not track the data. Definitely use those things, but the goal is using those things while becoming more self-aware. Knowledge should increase the trust that you have within yourself. It should not replace it. And so having a good mentor, a great guide, they're going to help you understand the why behind things, but they're going to allow you to be an advocate for your own decisions and your own body. Because at the end of the day, this was never just about fitness. It's also about how you build skills within your fitness and using that as the vehicle for success and fulfillment in the rest of your life. And to do that requires an ability to make decisions on your own, to trust your internal instincts, to be incredibly self-aware and use that self-awareness to create change within yourself and how you operate day to day in life, see your patterns, and dismantle the belief systems that have kept you playing small. So if this is you, I really encourage you to ask yourself in every moment, what would the woman who leads herself do? We know she doesn't panic after one weigh-in. She collects evidence before changing direction. She knows that consistency beats constant optimization. She uses data to inform decisions, not make them from emotion. She seeks guidance without outsourcing the responsibility. And she understands that confidence is built through repeated self-trust, not perfect certainty. Personally, the strongest women that I know aren't the ones who never ask for guidance. They're the ones who learn to use that guidance, to learn how to lead themselves, become a self-led woman without abandoning themselves. And I think that's what real confidence actually looks like.